Okay, so in this game we'll analyze Botvinnik-Reshevsky. This game is from 1948, and we'll see a game full of strategy and positional facts we want to analyze. We'll analyze this from Black's point of view. Botvinnik is playing white, Reshevsky is playing black. So we'll see d4, knight f6, c4, black plays e6, and as you know, this is a flexible move order. When black plays this, he can still play a queen's gambit with d5, the queen's Indian defense with v6. In some variations, he can try playing with bishop b4, playing a Bogo Indian or Nimzo Indian defense, and after knight c3, white wants to play e4, building up a strong center. We play bishop b4, and here we have the Nimzo Indian defense. We have a pin here, therefore white can't advance with e4. If he does, we just take it and we win a pawn. So here white plays with e3 instead. This is called the Rubinstein variation. The only drawback of playing e3 is this bishop on c1 is going to be inside the pawn chain, and it's going to be, you know, a bad bishop. White can try improving this bishop later. The other possibility for white is playing queen to c2, the Capablanca variation. I like this move for white because if you think about it, when black plays bishop b4, he wants to play bishop takes c3, therefore doubling white pawns, destroying white's pawn structure. So queen c2 is stopping this, right? I mean, if we take, then white keeps a nice pawn chain. When he plays e3 though, one day we'll take on c3, and then he'll have doubled pawns. So black plays c5, white plays with a3, and then we take, pawn takes, and here we can start talking about positional facts, about strategy here. Well, let's start with white. He's got a weak pawn structure. We can tell this bishop on c1. This bishop is what we call the tall pawn because it doesn't have good diagonals. On the other hand, white has the bishop pair. We don't. Therefore, white has to open that position because bishops are better than knights in open positions. As black, we have to keep that position closed because we have the knight pair. If we keep that position closed, then his bishop pair won't be that good. So Reshevsky plays knight to c6. We don't want to take on d4, of course. Then he'll undouble his pawns, and he's also opening diagonals for his bishops. We just want to, you know, keep a closed position, so we play knight c6, and white plays bishop d3. If he takes on c5, then yeah, he's up a pawn, but this is not good, of course. And if he goes d5, we don't have to take, we can just play knight to e5 or knight a5, and he's closing that position when he plays d5. Therefore he plays bishop to d3. This makes sense. Maybe he can try playing with e4 one day. We just finish our development, and then he plays knight to e2. Yeah, I like the knight via e2. Knight to f3 is also possible, but knight e2 has the advantage of, you know, he can try playing f3, e4, or maybe f3 plus e4, things like that. When he moves the pawn to f3, he is supporting the center. You'll see this maneuver in the orthodox too. We have some lines where white plays with the knight on e2 plus f3. As black, we play b6. We want to activate this bishop, probably via a6. We have a target. The c4 pawn is quite weak. If you think about it, c4 can only be protected by pieces, can't be protected by pawns, something like this. White can't defend c4 with a pawn, so that means c4 is quite weak, and it should be our target. White plays with e4, and here comes a very nice and deep move by black. Probably the first move we look at is bishop a6, as we said, trying to play knight a5, attacking on c4. However, bishop c1 is ready to go out, and this spin is kind of annoying. We don't have the dark squares bishop, therefore I would stop bishop e5 first, maybe h6. I mean here, maybe h6 is playable, although we are advancing a pawn in front of our king, and this diagonal is weaker. Then I just love this move, knight to e8. We leave our pawns there. I mean, we are not touching them. We stop bishop e5, and we'll continue with our idea. Plus knight to d6. Knight d6 is also there, attacking the c4 pawn. So this maneuver, it's a nice one. You'll find this knight e8 possibility if you play the Nimzo Indian. And white takes the chance to develop his bishop. That bishop was a bad bishop some moves ago. We just protect c5. He castles, and we play knight to a5. Yeah, we play knight to a5 first. Maybe bishop a6 is playable too. I'm not worried about queen a4 actually. If he does, we can just play knight to a5 anyway. So, well, sometimes the move order, it's very important, sometimes it is not. And white knows he won't have much on the queen side. I mean, his queen side is quite weak, we know that. And white knows he'll have to attack on the king side. On the king side is where he has the counterplay. So yeah, we'll have to be careful there. Bishop to a6. We are attacking the c4 pawn already. Queen to e2. And queen to d7. This looks like a simple development move. However, when we play queen d7, we are trying to play queen a4. And yeah, from a4 then we'll be taking the c4 pawn. Yeah, apart from these weak pawns on the queen side, we can see that white has some holes there, and white wants to attack. Yeah, he can't slow down at this point. He's playing white and he has to fight for the advantage. The only real possibility to stop queen a4 is a4. If he plays a4 himself, yeah, we can play it, but we can play rook to c8 probably, and yeah, and we can take on d4 plus knight takes c4 or bishop takes c4, of course. I mean, a4 is not fixing white's problems on the queen side. F4, the thing is, if we play queen a4 now, white wants to play this. Even if he's losing a pawn, his inside attack, it's just too strong. He's got a lot of pieces there. I would also consider, I know this looks crazy, but rook f4 and bringing the rook via, yeah, e4 or h4. It is dangerous. So it's better to stop the kingside attack first, and later we can put more pressure on the queen side. So I like this f5, and white decides to play rook to e1. If he takes, we can just take back. That position remains closed in my opinion. f5 is well protected, so that's not a problem. If d5, I think we can just take here, and if this, he still has a weak pawn structure. If he takes this way, we can trade bishops off. This is not easy though, but I insist, this bishop is not a good bishop. I'm also thinking about this move. This is a brave one because we are opening lines for his bishops, but if we calculate well, yeah, maybe this is playable too. He'll probably take with the knight. If he takes with the bishop, then we have bishop takes c4. Yeah, we have some possibilities here. Maybe d5 was better for white. Rook to e1. He's placing the rook on the same file as the e6 pawn, but I don't see any threat. Black plays e6, making sure this bishop is on a closed diagonal, so is bishop e3. And then white realizes he probably made a mistake and goes rook d1. Yeah, this makes more sense, placing the rook on the same file as the queen. Therefore, we'll just place our queen on a safe square. I like f7. And then e5. Yeah, now it's decision time for us. And Reshevsky chooses to ignore the threat with rook c8. Well, not the threat, but we are just like ignoring these moves. The point is, we want to make sure c5 is well protected. If he takes this way, we just take with the d-pawn, and that position is closed. Again, his bishops are lacking diagonals. And if he takes here, I like this move. We have such a strong pressure on c4. We can tell we are already winning this pawn. So I like this rook c8. Quiet move, but yeah, quite strong too. Rook to e1, and then d takes e5. When we played rook c8, I mean, we can also consider taking on d4, because then we are just winning a c4 pawn. However, after bishop takes, it's like we are activating his bishop for free, and this diagonal is quite dangerous. We don't have the dark squares bishop, therefore let's just take on e5 first, and then his bishops are useless. If he takes this way, apart from f4, which is interesting, we can take, and after bishop takes, the bishop is on a closed diagonal. So that is the big difference. I think this is a very good move. And after d takes, well, feels like we have an easy position now. The king side is completely closed. The center is closed too. White's only advantage is the d file, but he can't enter. I mean, he can't come to d6 nor d8. And the only good square is d7, but it's too easy. I mean, we can just play a lot of moves to stop rook d7. And regarding black, we still have a big advantage on the queen side. Any endgame we play, imagine we trade off every single piece, we have clear targets on the queen side. We are probably going to win. So our plan should be trading a lot of pieces off. Knight e7, a knight f1. Yeah, he probably wants to play knight to d2, defending c4. As we said, we are interested in trading pieces. Bishop here. Well, we have to be careful with this diagonal. So we play knight to h5. And then the bishop has to be defending f4. I like this. It's like, yeah, we don't have to care about bishop h4 anymore. It was not a big deal, but from h4, you know, the bishop is controlling d8, and we can't double our rooks up. So queen to e8, trying to play queen a4, knight to e3, and then queen a4. Simple. Now we are targeting the queen side pawns, and white plays queen to a2. Yeah, feels like this is the only move to defend c4 plus a3 at once. And this is it's not an easy decision. Taking the bishop feels like that bishop on e3 is not a good bishop. But black had an idea when he plays knight takes, pawn takes. He wanted to play h5, and after this we can tell the king side is completely closed. That is why he played knight takes e3. The other possibility, this is brave though, I mean e5, if he takes, yeah, we have f4. However, this is not our idea. We have been playing a positional game, and suddenly we are opening our king like this. Doesn't make any sense to enter this kind of complications. It's not worth it. So let's just keep playing positional. These targets are already good. I feel if we play well here, we should win in the long run. White plays bishop to e2. Yeah, the king is important for endgames. We are not playing an endgame yet, but that position is closed. Maybe with king e7 we stop rook d6. Yeah, white also improves the king to f2. And as we said before, the trades are favoring us. Imagine we trade all the pieces off, then the king is coming to a6, a5, a4, and yeah, those targets, as we said, are quite weak. And yeah, white has to take. Playing queen a1 is just too passive. Not to mention he'll probably lose this pawn, but yeah, queen a1 is too passive. Queen takes, knight takes, bishop to d3, king to e7. Little by little we improve this. King to e2, knight to a5, and after playing knight a5 again, we make sure he can't move his pieces. Knight e3 and bishop d3, they are both overloaded, defending the c4 pawn. In other words, they can't move. Rook d2, rook c7, simple again, trying to double up. And white, yeah, he's tired of defending and playing passive moves, and decides to play e4. If we take with the f pawn, then he can try taking on e6, and if we take with the h pawn, he'll play rook to h1, and suddenly he's got some activity on the h file. So black plays the quiet rook to d7. Let's just ignore the kingside ideas. Let's keep a close position there, and let's create threats on the d file. As you can see, here after pawn takes, the bishop on d3 is under a pin, so we'll have the chance of playing something like knight takes c4. And yeah, white has to play rook to d1, because if he plays a4, for instance, we can play this, and then we are winning material. He has to defend the rook on d2. We just play h4, and this is a nice picture. He can't move this knight on e3 because of the c4 pawn. He can't move bishop d3 because of the c4 pawn. And if he moves the rook, we'll also take the c4 pawn. As we can see, he's under a pin. The same goes if he moves rook d1. If he moves rook d1, we'll just take on c4 also. He can't move the he pawn now, because we'll take en passant. H takes he3. Therefore, he has to play the king to e1. And, well, we have the simple knight to b3. After this, quite clear. Attacking the rook, bishop on d3 is not protected anymore. We just win a piece. Yeah, Botvinnik had to play knight to d5 check, trying to create some counterplay. Yeah, if he moves the rook, rook takes, rook takes, rook takes, we are still winning a piece. And if king e2, yeah, we just play knight c1 check. We keep our extra piece. So yeah, it is amazing here that white can't move anything. If he plays a4, we can just waste a tempo, and he's running out of moves. This is a nice 6-1 situation where he can't move anything. So king e1 and knight to b3. Now we are just winning material. Knight to d5, we take it, and yeah, this is the only try. If he moves the rook, we keep on winning more material. So bishop takes, we take the rook, and here if we think about material only, we have to move the rook, but then he's got 3 passers, the chance of advancing. This is not that clear. We don't have to allow this kind of counterplay if we can stop it. After rook takes, let's just take on c4. We have enough material, and by trading pieces off, our bishop is going to this side. These 2 pawns, we can just stop them by playing king e6. Yeah, now he can't play f5 in view of king takes. So we just stop these 2 passers and the rook plus the bishop, and they are going to do the rest. In fact, after rook f3, rook d3, here white resigns. Yeah, because he can't stop bishop b7. Of course, the extra piece is more than enough. So I really like this game. I feel black won in a nice way, and feels like white didn't have any serious counterplay. We won because of our strategy and playing a close position with clear plans. So I hope you enjoyed this game. I hope it was useful, and we'll be analyzing together in next videos. Thank you. This is Grandmaster Damian Lemos here for onlinechesslessons.net. First of all, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like to receive more free chess videos from us, you can just click the subscribe button below. I would also highly recommend signing up for my free mail course, the 10 Grandmaster Secrets to Dominate Chess. During this exclusive course from onlinechesslessons.net, I'll share with you my own Grandmaster shortcuts to effective attacking, defending, and growth hacks to improving your chess without complicated books or memorization. So sign up by clicking the sidebar on the right, and I know you won't be disappointed. Once more, this is Damian for onlinechesslessons.net, and I'll see you in my videos. Thank you.